Do you think living in France changed you from who you were in Canada?
It allowed me to meet another part of me that I probably would have not have got to know otherwise. Because I don't know, I noticed that the person in me who speaks English is not quite the same person in me who speaks French. There are different, I don't know, cultural.
Can you say something to me in French?
Oui, je peux vous parler français tout ce que vous voulez. Je parle français comme un français. There's nothing to be afraid of. Because I used to be afraid of everything. I mean, I was on the edge of the unknown, right? So unknown, everything was like always new. Everything was like on the edge of just going forward and always meeting new situations, right? Yeah, just don't be so afraid. So, afraid of what? I mean, afraid of not doing things properly, afraid of, I don't know, getting into debt and losing your social status, taking risks, you know, leaving one job for another when you're not sure to have the new job, and you just need that time to just reorganize, stuff like that. So little by little I was doing it more easily, just to just step over the edge, I guess. No, yeah.
So yeah, being brave.
I guess
it's
so,
worth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who is your Polish self now?
Because
I know it's a couple of years already. So.
Oh yeah, he's much more settled and more engaged in what's, I guess, important. Have a wonderful fiancé.
Okay, what's your favorite word then, Polish word?
My favorite word in Polish? I have a favorite word in Polish. My favorite expression in Polish?
Okay, can be.
Rozbieraj się, czekam na ciebie. No?
Okay.
No?
Do you believe it's possible to completely change your life every 20 years? To change your country, your environment, your language, and maybe even the way you think? If not, today's guest is living proof that it is possible. Scott has built his life in 3 different countries, Canada, France, and now Poland, and each place shaped him in different way. Today we are going to talk about what it means to start again, more than once, and how changing your surroundings can change who you become. Scott, thank you for coming and taking my invitation. How are you today?
Well, thank you. Thank you for inviting me. I'm just trying to get it. Thank you.
Calm down.
No.
Calm down. Easy. Okay. I would like to start with your younger self. Like, who were you? Where were you born? Could you tell us more about your childhood? Who was a little Scott?
I was born in Halifax, Nova Scotia, in Canada. It's on the East Coast. And pretty much normal childhood. Have 2 brothers and 2 sisters. All are doing well. And I'm the eldest, so I was born before the others. And so we lived in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Truro, Nova Scotia. Went to school there, went to high school there. And well, had a pretty normal life, I guess. I mean, from my standards.
But you said that I know that your your both parents are not Canadian. Only one parent is from Canada.
Yes.
And your mother is from United Kingdom. She
From
was
the
British,
United
right?
Kingdom. Yes, British.
And I wanted to ask if you had anything that is, related culturally to Europe or this side of the world. Your mom was like teaching you more about her,
Mostly telling stories about her childhood. She was born 1937, which is just before the Second World War. So she was very young when the war was going on, and she was living in Yorkshire, England. And she would tell us stories about the attacks and the bombings and the bomb shelters and basically life in England, describing how her childhood was. She was pretty rambunctious and kind of a tomboy. So yeah, she was telling us all these stories about England, And it sort of caught me as something, I don't know, romantic, or I don't know, just something stayed with me. About these stories, and her sisters came, and her brothers also, and they would also tell me stories about how it was like in England, and I never knew my grandmother and grandfather, so
from your mother's side.
From my mother's side, and so yeah, there's quite a story, behind their immigration to Canada from England.
Do you know when your mother immigrated to Canada? When she was how old?
When she was 17, that would be, well, I guess 1950s something, mid 50s, right? Yes.
Do you know the reason why she immigrated to Canada?
Well,
and why she had this opportunity or maybe possibility to move there?
It was a family project. Her parents decided to leave England, to leave Middlesbrough, England, and to emigrate to Australia, as a matter of fact.
Ah, okay.
And so, yeah, so what happened was my grandfather had to finish his work, and my grandmother, Nellie, came over to Canada in a boat with my mother, two brothers, and two sisters. So they came like five children. Mom was about 17, well, exactly 17. I think Bill, my uncle, a little bit older. And yeah, when they arrived in Canada, immigration, and like it wasn't so easy, they decided to retain everybody in a retention center because I guess in Canada immigration is kind of strict. So they looked at her resources and like, well, you just can't walk into Canada, I guess. And so they were maintained on the port, like in the harbor, Halifax Harbor, for 6 months until the children who were of working age found jobs.
Okay.
And so my mother found a job as a secretary, my uncle found a job as a photographer.
Photographer?
Yes,
Okay.
well, he was a professional photographer, so he was able to find work there. And once they were economically sound, immigration told them they could leave the center, but their plan was to go to Alberta and then British Columbia and then to Australia, and Immigration Canada said, no, you can't do that.
So they basically got stuck in Canada?
They got stuck in Halifax, like they
okay.
didn't go any further. And so yeah, most of their early life was spent in Eastern Canada.
So do you know the story how your parents met?
Well, Mom was a secretary and working for a bread company, and Dad was a typewriter repair person. So Mom's typewriter broke down, and this guy came to fix it, and I guess he became a regular repairman. And he ended up, asking her out and eventually proposing to her. So that's how they got together.
That's great. Okay, what do you remember when you were from your childhood? Like, do you remember anything? Because I know that you moved to France at the age of 20 only.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And as far as I remember from your also stories, that most of your friends were doing totally different or going to totally different direction than you. And I wanted to ask about your, courage or this idea of moving to France, because it's quite also a long way from Canada to France. And why did you decide to move to France, and why at that age? And was it maybe related to your mother's like storytelling? You were maybe always curious, maybe of this side of country, for example, you know?
It's kind of complicated, but I'll try to make a long story short. Sure, I was really captivated by the stories, and I felt British, and I felt European in some way because, well, I guess that's the way, I mean, I was born like as European, right? And I don't know, I was kind of dissatisfied with Canada. I mean, maybe it's just because I was dissatisfied with where I am at the age I was. I needed something different, and all my friends and acquaintances were finding work out west because we lived on the eastern side of Canada, and people would move to Ontario. They would move to Manitoba to work in the mines. They'd go to Alberta to work on the oil rigs, and they'd go to British Columbia to work in the forestry, I guess, simplifying things. And I didn't want to go west. I mean, Nova Scotia at the time, 1978, 80, was lots of unemployment. I mean, like 25% unemployment. There's not much
To do.
Not much to do. I mean, I was looking for a career in electronics at the time. I was really interested in like repairing electronic stuff, mostly sound equipment. I was like really into.
You were
that.
interested, or you were studying something that is related to that, or it was just your part of passion?
It's, well, all my life hobbies have become jobs. So I was like doing stuff like as a hobby, and just saying, yeah, we'd really like to do this for a living. And problem was my marks were too good in high school. I was getting like 85, 95 out of 100. And when I told my guidance counselor that I wanted to go to, that I wanted to be an electronics technician, I wanted to go to a vocational school or like a community college thing, they said, no, your marks are too good, you got to go to college. I mean, with marks like that, you got to go to college. I mean, go to university, get a degree. And so yeah, you're interested in electronics, take math, physics, and chemistry. No.
It was heavy for you?
It wasn't what I was looking for. I mean, I'm understanding everything about the atom, understanding everything about electricity and magnetism. No, I just wanted to put transistors and solder them together and see what they do, right? So, yeah, so kind of a mistake in my career orientation. So after 3 years of university, I didn't finish my degree and just sort of dropped out and decided to see the world. So one solution, go to Europe. Go to Europe, maybe go live in Europe, but live in England, I don't know. I was kind of attracted to France. I mean, France to me was like a romantic destination. Canada is bilingual, and they speak French in other parts of Canada, not
So
my
the
part of
language
Canada.
skills also shifted your type of decision, you
Oh,
would
it
say?
totally influenced
Because,
why
yeah.
France. Yes, I mean, if Canada had been colonized by the Italians, I'd probably go to Italy. If it was colonized by the Portuguese, I'd probably be in Portugal. I mean, classic. I mean, just like the African
Easy
people
move.
come to Indian people go to England. I was off in the same direction, right? So yeah, I always wanted to learn French. It was like a lifelong goal. My mother even told me that she remembers when I was 4 years old. I told her I'm going to learn French and go live in France, something I'd forgotten. But when I came up and like 15 years later, 20 years old, say, hey mom, I'm going to learn French and live in Europe, live in France. She said, well, my God, you,
You said that when you were a
said that
child.
when you were a child. And I said, wow, there you
And
go.
you didn't remember that?
I didn't remember, no, but I remember we'd have children's shows on TV and like a puppet show called Chez Hélène. And I just ate it up. I mean, it was just like...
Okay, then you
Yeah.
moved to France, and as far as I remember, it was Paris, I think.
Not exactly. I mean,
The first place that you moved in, it was.
it was in Clermont-Ferrand. It was in the
Okay.
center of France because I knew people. The opportunity to go to France was I met someone in Canada at university actually before I dropped out, and she invited me to France. Let's come and have a look, and I'll come and spend the summer. So it was in Clermont-Ferrand, and yeah, so I was there. High school dropout, no real marketing skills. Like, what am I going to do? I was looking for a school there. I wanted to like continue some kind
The
of
education, yeah.
and just live there if I can, right? Happens that I was hired on very early. I didn't have to really look for a job. I mean, I hardly was able to speak French when I already had a job in computing. And it just went from there. I mean, it's, my first job, second job, third job, got hired on by a company in Paris and
Do
stayed
you remember?
there.
Sorry for interrupting. Do you remember your? How did you get your first job in France?
In France, through the unemployment office.
Really?
Yes.
So you just
Amazing,
went
yeah.
there and said that you are looking for a job,
Yeah,
and they found you a job.
they did, yes.
Were you satisfied with that job?
It was a good start. Yeah,
Okay.
it was fun.
But was it helpful to lead you later on to
for
what you
sure.
were searching for?
For sure, because I was able to learn the jargon and the language, you know, this vocation. I mean, computing, disque floppy and not floppy disk, disque dur and not hard disk, and stuff like that. And yeah, my boss was really patient with me, and he would speak slowly, and he knew a bit of English, so he would repeat in English, and I was just getting better and better. And that was a temporary job. I had like something to do, like a beginning and an end. It was 4 months. And then I started hanging around computer stores in town because I had computers on display. It was like the only place there were computers that I could actually use. So I was hanging around the store and just using the computer, like studying and doing stuff and writing programs. The store guys, the people in the store kind of liked it because there's something going on, right? And people like come over easier. It's like, what are you doing, young man? You know. And they just asked me to just keep it clean, and I could come whenever I want, just like hammering away at the keyboard and like learning.
They let
more and more.
you be improvise in their store.
And then sometimes I was giving demonstrations, like you know, can you show them how it works? And sure. So yeah, it got to the point where I was saying, well, why don't you hire me? No, can't hire you, anyway. What I was studying had a different like keyboard layout. So I had a card that I put like A with extra letters and stuff like accents and stuff on the keyboard. And one of their customers came in while I wasn't there and asked to talk to the person who forgot this card on the keyboard because what was written there was, he was interested in meeting the person who had this keyboard, like. And so the store called me up on the phone. No, it was way back in the 80s. Did you leave that card on the keyboard? I said, oh yes, I'm sorry. You know, I was supposed to keep it clean. No, there's a guy who wants to meet you. And actually he hired me on the spot.
Oh, really?
You know, this is like, okay, so I can forget about school now. And I just jumped in and doing some pretty heavy programming, and he kept me on for a few months until his money ran out because he was writing a program to trying to sell it, and I guess his customers weren't coming in, and he said, "I'm sorry, I have to
Let you go.
yeah, I have to let you go, and sorry, I don't have much money, but I have this Alfa Romeo. Would you like my car?" And I said, "Sure, I mean, don't mind."
He gave you a car?
He gave me a car, yeah, just because he couldn't pay me, right?
Ah, okay. Instead of paying your
He
salary.
paid me some, right? But he said, "Okay, for the rest, please accept my Alfa Romeo." It was
God,
so
actually, I like the way how things used to work here back in the days, you know. Do you think it would be possible, this kind of payment nowadays? It's impossible.
no,
No
probably
one
not.
would
I don't
accept,
know.
probably.
But
I
anyway, I
think so.
took the Alfa Romeo and it was fresh out of work, and with the money that he paid me, I decided to go for vacation in Paris. I spent a couple of weeks in Paris. So yeah. So I had a friend up there. He worked in a computer company, and was supposed to meet him after work. And he said, "Okay, I have a meeting. Just sit down, wait for me here. Here's a computer. You can play on it if you want." Like, I was 24 years old, right? And yeah,
24, it's already 4 years in France, yeah?
pretty much, yeah. Like on and off, doing odd jobs and stuff. Yeah.
I wonder if you, of course it was a long time ago, yeah? But if you think of it now, do you think living in France changed you from who you were in Canada?
It allowed me to meet another part of me that I probably would have not have got to know otherwise. Because I don't know, I noticed that the person in me who speaks English is not quite the same person in me who speaks French. There are
Okay.
different, I don't know, cultural.
Can you say something to me in French?
Oui, je peux vous parler français tout ce que vous voulez. Je parle français comme un français. C'est
Totally
tout
di-
naturel pour moi.
Totally different attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
And,
yeah.
and I don't know. I learned French really, really fast, and I got a really good paying job like really quickly. When I was waiting for my friend in a meeting, playing on the computer, feel this presence, like a guy about 6'5" with hands like this, and what are you doing here? I said, well, I'm waiting for my friend to come out of the meeting, and he said, okay, goes away, comes back like 3 minutes later. Can I see you in my office? And I said, oh my God, like what? I got Saeed, my friend, in trouble. So he's like, okay. Are you working? And I said, well, no, I just got laid off. And I said, okay, I want you here tomorrow morning with a shirt and tie. And I said, well, the problem is I'm on vacation. So like in 2 weeks we can talk about it. He said, no. Okay, I'll give you until Monday. It was like Tuesday or Wednesday, yeah? I'll give you until Monday. Like come in on Monday, shirt, tie. Like,
And you got a job.
got a job, yeah. Got a job.
So how did you manage your old? Well, actually, you didn't manage because you already quit, right? He let you
Yeah.
go with that car.
Yes.
Okay.
So I slept in my car for a couple of days.
So it was hard for you to. It was hard for you to for you to move to this to Paris from. No.
No,
You had
really.
everything with you in the car.
Yeah, I did go back for my stuff, but I usually travel light. I mean, I'm not materialist at all. When I left Canada, I gave everything I had away, pretty much, everything that I accumulated over the years. And I was like fresh in France. I hadn't accumulated much of anything anyway. I just had like clothes, stuff, and a car. So yeah, it was quite easy. I found a place to stay and started working. Stayed there for 4 years, yeah, in that company. So fine start.
Okay, okay, good. So how did you describe your life in Paris in general? I know that you built a private life also in Paris, I think. Yeah, you
Yeah.
met your wife, first wife.
Actually, I knew her from Canada. Like she was the person who I came to see in Clermont-Ferrand, and we had a bit of a romance, and we got married, and we had a child, and then for whatever reason, it didn't work
It
out.
didn't work out. Yeah, it
Yeah.
happens.
So yeah, I was fresh out of a job and fresh out of a relationship as well. It was sort of like, okay, let's see what Paris has to offer me, and yeah, that's how it.
So
how it went.
you says that in Paris when you started living, it was 80s.
In the 80s, yeah.
Yeah. How does it look like in living in Paris almost 50 years ago?
Paris was wonderful 50 years ago. I think it still is, but yeah, I was like 24, 25 years old, making lots of money, free as a bird, and yeah, just partying all the time.
So the social life was really, really.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
I think in there.
Wonderful. I mean, wouldn't trade it for the world. It was great. I mean.
Okay, could you
Wow.
like tell us, let's say, one of the greatest party, for example, that you had, or maybe you remember back in the days?
Greatest parties? Well,
Yeah.
mostly we used
Maybe
to
some
party
like
at work a
place
lot.
that you used to like go very often, or maybe some live concerts, or I don't know.
Concerts. So I saw lots of concerts for sure. I mean, I have a list this long of concerts that I saw, like Genesis, Peter Gabriel, you know, all the big ones at the time.
Maybe your favorite places. Do you remember any places that you used to go very often when you were young in Paris, and they are still open here now? Or none of them are?
No, I mean there was the swing club. That was like a jazz bar, like a real jazz club with live music and people dancing. That I really like. I'm not really a dancer, but I really like to go there and with friends and just watch and
Watch,
have
yeah,
fun.
like how others
Yeah.
dancing.
No, I'm not a dancer. Another place where we used to meet often. I mean, a lot of stuff we used to do with colleagues, workmates. Yeah. The company I was working for, like there were 400 employees, all working on the
huge
same
company,
floor.
yeah.
Yeah, pretty huge. So yeah, we were partying all the time. And one place that was really, really fun was called. It was a restaurant called Our Ancestors, the Gauls, Nos ancêtres les Gaulois.
Ooh, okay.
And that was like so much fun because I don't know, it's just so rustic, you know. It was like in a basement with those arched basements, cellars, yeah. And they would have like long tables and like in Asterix comics, and they'd bring you the food in a basket and like just throw it on the table, and the waiters were so rude, you know. And it was just fun, you know, because yeah, like what do you want and sort of thing. No, it was really fun, and yeah, so they'd bring us like huge common dishes, and we just like go at it like in
Share food
Asterix,
kind of, yeah?
shared kind of stuff, and they would have like live music, and no, it was like
A lot of chaos, fun,
Yeah.
and joy.
I used to like going to the center of town, like alone, just walking around the streets in the Marais and Saint Michel, and just like see who I could meet, and just meeting new people that way, just walking down the street, and yeah, I used to do that a lot too.
Did you meet someone who is also like maybe British like you?
Not
Or
so
no?
much, no.
Or all of them were like from France?
Well, I usually, yeah, when I go to a country, I usually hang out with people from the country. I mean, I don't really look for compatriots. yeah, it was
Just to understand the local life, also
yeah,
the people.
yeah. It's
Okay.
just I'm totally integrated in the local life, speaking French. I mean, I spoke French for like 40 years and using very, very little English and even avoiding speaking English when
Just to improve your language skills.
just
Do you do that in Poland now?
I do, yeah, yeah. Mhm.
And how is your Polish going?
To dobrze.
Bardzo
dam
dobrze?
radę. No, bardzo dobrze nie. Bardzo dobrze rozumiem. Rozumiem, kumam prawie wszystko, ale bardzo mało mówię, źle mówię, nie wiem, błędy zrobię
Ale
często,
to
no
nic,
nie?
ale mówisz otwarcie, super.
Yeah. So I took some lessons, but yeah, mostly just picking it up, like I guess like a child would.
It's great. I think
Yeah.
your language skills are great, you know.
Well, my fiance is Polish. She speaks only Polish, and
Yeah.
she speaks a lot. So yeah, I really improved my listening skills with Bożena.
Bożena.
No.
Is she the reason why you decided to move to Poland or not?
No. Poland is something strange about Poland. Since my teenage days, I was like 15, 16, 17 mostly. What really caught my attention was when Jean-Paul II was named Pope.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that
And
was
you were
like
that day 17.
17 years
Okay.
old, yeah. And I thought that was amazing. Like, what? A Polish Pope, like Polish, Communist Bloc. Wow, this is really something. I mean, something is going to happen. This is good. I felt it as something really positive, and as it happened, things happened, right? And
Yes.
it went right through to the Communist Bloc and the wall going down, and Poland becoming the country it is today, with so much struggle, as always, and I don't know. It's always been in the back of my mind. Someday, I have to go to
So
Poland.
you would
yeah.
say that Poland somehow was very noticeable to your attention somehow?
Yeah, like every time there was an astronaut in the Soyuz program, like up in orbit with the Russian space program, anything that had to do with Poland just automatically caught
Your
my
attention,
Yeah.
yeah.
But not much further. I mean, to me, the language was totally foreign. I mean, I couldn't imagine learning the language with what we had at the time, and now we have Google Translate, which really helped me decide to go. I mean,
Yeah, but before it wasn't. We didn't have that much possibilities, you
Yeah.
know, to learn. Actually, you would have to actually stuck with the books or the, you know,
so I probably could have, but didn't. And it just came to a time where, okay, I was satisfied with my life in France. I had done a lot of things that I wanted to do. I got everything, all the craziness out of my system, because I'm kind of unstable. I mean, I like living on the edge of stuff, and yeah, I became an engineer without schooling. I had a really long career without even trying. Never looked for a job in my life. It just comes to me, you know? So, okay, why not go to Poland? I wasn't ready. So back in 2019, coming on to 60 years old, okay, now what?
So another 20 years passes. This is time to
The
change
second
again.
phase, the third phase actually. First
Yeah, the
phase,
third
20
phase.
years in Canada, 40 years in France.
Yeah, but
like
it was different
half and half,
cities,
right?
as you said. Yeah.
Yeah, half in Paris, half in Clermont-Ferrand, because I
Yes.
moved back to Clermont-Ferrand and lived another 20 years there because Clermont-Ferrand is beautiful, and I had the opportunity to work and live there. So yeah, decided just okay, Krakow. Let's come to Krakow.
Why
Let's
Krakow?
because I just heard so much about it. It's like a wonderful
You were
city.
before in Krakow? or-
Never.
You
but-
never?
No, but
By
people
the
would say-
search, just you decided that it would be Krakow?
Yeah,
Wow.
because Krakow.
Oh, I wish everyone had, how to say, like this excitement like you know, like, oh, I like this city. It seems nice. I'm gonna move there. And you
Well,
just did.
came on vacation as usual. Came and stayed. Like I always buy a one-way ticket and then decide when I'm going to leave. So yeah, I had some time and I stayed 2 weeks. 3 weeks actually, no, 3 weeks. And then went back home to France and decided like 2 months later to come back again because I want to see if I was in Krakow with some friends that I met in France, and like we were together. So yeah, I got to know Krakow, but in the party attitude and the things that everybody was suggesting me to do. So I came back and spent another 2 weeks just by myself. I went to Warsaw, I went to Krakow, I went to Łódź, I went to Częstochowa, different places in Poland.
Checking out.
Just checking it out, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And, well, I was kind of tempted to find something in Krakow. But, I don't know, I was kind of afraid. Because Krakow, there's just so much to do, and like it's such a lively city, and I was
Yes.
afraid of losing my soul in Krakow, like just going off the deep end and just I don't
I
know.
wonder because once I read somewhere from the tourists, they said that the city is alive, like you cannot feel your old age. They said, for example, one of the tourists that was commenting on Krakow city and its environment said like the city is alive and there's a lot of fun, joy. The city is full of young people, so it's super exciting for for them to be here. And I was wondering if you had the same, like you felt maybe a little bit younger when you decided to move to Krakow, more excited, with more energy maybe, or
Well, it's hard to feel younger when you don't feel old. I mean, I don't feel old. And so when I look in the mirror, I say, my God, I've
no,
been
I'm
here
not saying.
for so
No, don't get me wrong,
No,
Scott.
no.
Like I'm not saying that you are old. I'm. The more I try, I was trying to ask you if you felt younger than you feel. Like more excited than you are. You were, like, for example, in France. Yeah.
I see what you're getting at, but more or less, yes and no. I was afraid of, not afraid, I mean, well, it's kind of a strong word. In Krakow, you can go out and party every night. It's so easy to find stuff to do, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of really easy. I mean,
It's
you
really
just go
easy,
out,
yes.
just stick your nose outdoors and look around, left to right, left, and there you go, right? It's easy. To meet new people, they're curious, they're friendly. Sure, it's great. But I was wondering if, to myself, would this get into a habit? Like, would I turn into a nightlife-seeking alcoholic, or I don't know. It's, no.
Were you afraid of that? Because you were partying too much?
I could. I mean, I'd get an apartment in Kazimierz. Yeah, of course, I could probably go that way.
Oh, you were living in the center of the party, the
No.
Kazimierz.
I mean, it was like, well, actually, I decided to move to Warsaw. I found a job in Warsaw. Lived there for almost a year until COVID. When COVID came down, they just laid off everyone, and I was out of a job. Found a job on an apple farm, 30 kilometers south of Warsaw, just after the COVID, when everything was locked down. I mean, I was counting on learning Polish by going out and meeting people, Polish lessons, going out to the bars, and here I had to stay home with only like radio and TV, and wow. So yeah, I moved to this apple farm, and they only spoke Polish there. So that was a pretty good boost to stay there until the harvest, like October, mid-October. And then, okay, what next? Warsaw was boring to me. I mean,
Really?
I was bored.
Personally, I don't like Warsaw, yeah, but Okay, well, it's
This
interesting
was-
that
there was lockdown. I mean, everything was closed. You know,
Okay,
so,
maybe that's
yeah.
why. Okay.
And like Krakow wasn't the way I remembered it, because I came to Krakow, it was still lockdown and like empty streets and like Rany Główny, empty, like hello, like where's the life in Krakow, you know? So yeah, after COVID, I decided to just stay here, and well,
But why?
I feel good here. I feel
Okay.
great here. I feel at home here. Um,
So how do you discover in yourself that a certain place is your home? Where does it come from, that feeling?
I don't know. It comes. I have like the impression I'm living with smart people, considerate, polite, understanding, interesting. I don't know. It's probably my own bias. I mean, I see the world through
Yeah,
my
that's
eyes.
that's my question is
Yeah.
like where does this feeling come from for you? You know, to describe some certain places that it's your home, you feel good in it. Like, is it more about the place, or is it more about the environment, or maybe it's more about career? Because I can see that most of the time your life has been led by your career path, I think.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because you weren't even searching it, it just smoothly directed your direction where to go and how to live and stuff like
Yeah.
that. You just went with the flow and turned out really great.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I'm asking, yeah, like where does this feeling come from for you? Because, you know,
I think it comes from the people I meet. It's people always used to ask me, why France? Why France? France is a beautiful country. I mean, there's so many things that are positive about France. But the French people would say themselves, why? We're so we're always complaining. We're not very nice, you know. We don't like to speak English with you, American people, you know, and this and that and the other thing, you know. And yeah, well, after 40 years, I said, yeah, they complain a lot. They're always mad at something. And, you know, you can't go down the street without hearing someone yelling at someone. I mean, I'm just exaggerating a little, but yeah, here we don't have that.
really?
I mean, maybe I'm lucky, but I live in Nova Huta.
know-
I mean,
You know what? I used to live in Nova Huta, you know, back in the days, because first district area where I lived in Poland was in Nova Huta. But I was a child, so my experience with that district is totally different than yours.
yes, that's all I hear. Yeah.
So, to be honest, I don't like to get back to that place. I have many traumas. But anyways, it's funny what you said, because I've been living in Poland since 2001, and it's been, let's say, 25 years old, or 25 years already.
Yes, already.
And I would easily say that Polish people loves to complain. And you are saying now that French people are more complaining than Poland, and you never heard that Polish people are complaining,
Well,
which is
maybe-
hard for me to actually believe. Because, like, what kind of people that you hang out that they don't complain and they are Polish?
Maybe my language skills don't allow me to perceive that yet. No, it's just, I mean, I go back to France from time to time, and I don't know, there's just people, complete strangers, just like bawling each other out, you know? Hey, I was sitting there, I was here first, you know, it's like, they're always yelling at each other.
Very
It's like-
emotional.
yeah, and well, I don't know. Maybe I just notice that more. Maybe I was just kind of fed up. Maybe my problem with the French is that I understand everything that they say, whereas in Poland I was probably like 1/4 or 1/3 enough to get by and like learning more and more. But how old will I be? Maybe I'll die of old age before I realize that Polish people are just the same as everyone else. And
I was wondering if your parents or family members were visiting you in France, or maybe you went back to Canada, for example, lately, maybe, or you don't really get back to Canada at all.
Not really.
Because I believe that you have still there some families, right?
Yes, cousins, aunts,
Yeah.
brothers and sisters. The last time I was in Canada was how many years ago? 6 years ago. To my mother's funeral, sadly, she passed away. Well, going back to Canada, I mean, we can't really go back home again because my brothers and sisters kind of spread out as well. I have 2 brothers, 2 sisters. One is living in Truro, Nova Scotia, close to home. Another brother is living in Montreal. Mm-hmm. Another sister is living in near Vancouver, mm-hmm. And my oldest brother is living in Australia. And my aunts and uncles.
So your older brother achieved the goal of your mother's family, actually. The idea was going mm-hmm. to Australia.
And also my second cousin, actually the daughter of my cousin actually is set up there, and she's living in Australia. And so as we said,
everyone is somewhere. Very multicultural.
So we've lost all hope of having a family reunion. I mean, even at my mother's funeral, everyone couldn't come.
Yeah, I think it might be hard when your family members are, spread out somewhere. It's really, really hard. I actually have the similar, so it's also hard actually to have in one place everyone.
So we have internet now. We have.
Yes, but don't you think that the internet is not the same as? What I am trying to say, that even, for example, when we emigrate and we started feeling this, everyone has this part of time in their life when they emigrate, and after a certain time you start feeling a little bit lonely, right? You try to, you miss your family members, you wish to talk to them, or maybe eat a dinner together, for example. And back in the days, probably I even remember writing handwritten letters to my mom, and just counting the days to receive the answer, if it could come within 3 months or maybe half year, because you never knew when the answer will come. And now the internets are allowing us to actually have a connection right away. But I feel like it's not the same. Because we are living in the times where the connection is possible in a second, and we still feel empty, and lonely. And I think it was something different when it comes to getting in touch with your family members when you wanted to actually stay in touch with them. Don't you think?
Maybe that's not in our genes. We're
weren't you lonely at any time when you were moving somewhere, from Canada to France?
Maybe, but
you didn't miss your family?
No,
No,
it's not in our genes. I mean, we've been emigrating for generations, and I have a brother in Australia, and wish him a happy life, and we get in touch from time to time. But it's I don't know. I think I miss my sister more than anyone, but she's really outgoing, and she's keeping the threads together. She's in contact.
She's the dot connector.
Yes, and she's the dot connector, and the one who keeps us all together, actually. And
yes.
I don't know. We don't have this family sentimentality where.
It's not necessarily about the family this family missing kind of. I mean, I wanted to ask you more about the, like, you know, your feeling about being alone in different places, for example.
No.
You never had this feeling? Like, you were okay with that?
Pretty much so, yeah.
Really?
Really. I mean, it didn't happen very often. I mean, I have the ups and downs, and I feel kind of lonely and depressed. And you know, I went for a while without anyone in my life, no romantic connections at all. And I just said, well, what's wrong with me? Well, maybe it's her. Maybe it's her. Who knows? And
So how did you manage when you were feeling down those days? Like, did you had some, you know, techniques that you use? I don't know.
I don't know.
That was
hobbies?
helpful for you? Because, for example, if I like when I was like depressed or down, I used to work a lot. I would just put all of the energy on the work.
Yeah.
But I know that now I know and I understand that it's a kind of bad habit because you are running away from your, you know, thoughts and emotions, and actually you should. It's good to actually think of it and, you know, a little bit, you know.
I don't know. There's periods where I get into kind of like chronic procrastination, where I just don't do stuff I should be doing.
just do it
know,
for
just
later.
like leaving it for later and later and later, and spending a lot of time maybe alone, just like thinking and thinking, overthinking, whatever. But I notice it doesn't really last very long, and I always find something to pop me out of it. You know, some new interest, or bringing back some old stuff that I was looking at or studying, and decided to bring it back and get motivated again. I don't know. Didn't really notice like this kind of nostalgic sadness.
It didn't last that long.
Never really.
Okay.
Oh, when I had like breakups and romantic breakups, of course, yeah, like crying for days and no, but nothing really.
Okay, you've been in several places, Scott, living, yeah? So now your true home is Poland, or
That's what I'm hoping.
okay, would you describe that other places were also your home?
Yes, sure. Living in Paris. I thought that I would spend the rest of my life in Paris. I mean, when I was living there, it was like everything was going great. Something happened, in year 2000, I was sent to Clermont-Ferrand, and I discovered, okay, yeah, life is not always just Paris. There's life
There are other places.
in other places, and I got involved in a lot of community work. You know, going out and meeting people with different social projects and helping the poor and homeless. Yeah, doing stuff like that, and trying to teach people how to repair stuff on their own. I mean, just like community stuff, people meeting people, doing things together with the help of the local government, you know, with subsidies and stuff like that. And yeah, I was doing a lot of extra work in that area, you know. Creating recycling centers in the center of town so people can bring their stuff and give it a second life and things like that. Got involved with some activism at one time, kind of like politics, and yeah, got arrested and put in jail once.
You were in the jail for how long?
One night.
One night?
Yeah, I
Ah,
spent the night
okay.
in jail.
I thought like for a longer period.
Yeah, but I went to court for it afterwards, and yeah, I promised I wouldn't do it again.
Was it exciting spending a one night in the jail?
No, because, well, yeah. It was like, it marked the end of my silliness, I guess, you know? I actually broke into a building and sat there and waited till the police come to arrest me, to protest against the empty buildings while there's homeless people, sort of thing. So, yeah. So So the owner didn't press charges, but the Solicitor General decided to press charges and make an example out of me, you know? Yeah. So as I promised never to do that again, that's what kind of made me decide to look at Poland and see what she had to offer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you built your life in 3 different countries. What has immigration taught you about yourself?
What has it taught me about myself?
Yes.
Wow, that's a good question. I don't know how to answer that. I mean,
Okay, maybe I will give you a hint. It will be helpful, maybe. If you could speak to your 20-year-old self, the young man boarding the plane to Paris or to France, what would you tell him today?
There's nothing to be afraid of. Because I used to be afraid of everything. I mean, I was on the edge of the unknown, right? So
Yes.
unknown, everything was like always new. Everything was like on the edge of just going forward and always meeting new situations, right? Yeah, just don't be so afraid. So, afraid of what? I mean, afraid of not doing things properly, afraid of, I don't know, getting into debt and losing your social status, taking risks, you know, leaving one job for another when you're not sure to have the new job and you just need that time to just reorganize, yeah, stuff like that. So little by little I was doing it more easily, just to just step over the edge, I guess. No, yeah.
So yeah, being brave
I guess
is
so,
worth.
yeah.
Yeah. Who is your Polish self now?
Always my
Because I know
Polish
it's a
self.
couple of years already. So
Oh yeah, he's much more settled and more engaged in what's, I guess, important. Have a wonderful fiancée, and she loves me like everything, and I love her. So we have decided that we're going to stay together, whatever. And it's like a vow, you know, like almost like marriage. We just kind of serious. So yeah, I'm taking that really seriously.
is it your best relationship?
Oh yeah, by far, yeah. I mean, some years ago, it came to me in a dream, you know, your wife is Polish. She lives in Poland. She's alive today. But to meet her, you need to go there. You have to learn Polish first, because she has to be a Polish person. You don't want to speak English to your Polish wife. You want to speak Polish. So yeah, there was all the steps that I was unconsciously acquiring. And when I felt that I was speaking enough Polish to actually go out and meet people and try to find a girlfriend.
How did you meet your wife, by the way?
On Facebook meeting place,
Ah, okay,
yeah.
okay.
Because I used to get on Tinder, not to meet people, just to be able to practice my Polish.
Okay, okay.
Like I would engage conversation, like didn't really want to meet someone because, you know, I was writing Polish with Google Translate
Yes.
and actually reading it and trying to learn Polish and trying to speak Polish like Polish people, because like when you're engaging with a woman, like you're speaking naturally and it's a real person, and yeah, so I was getting practice just conversing with people, and it was lockdown, so it was like pretty much the only solution I had to actually meet people. So yeah, I went on to Facebook meeting and clicked around for a while, and I don't know why, just clicked on her profile, invited for a cup of coffee in town, and we've been together ever since, you know. It's like first try, hey.
Great.
Yeah.
So your energy matched
I guess
in
so.
general.
Yeah.
Nice.
She thought I spoke Polish a lot better than I did, and she's really, really
Patience.
Patient, yeah. Like because of writing with Google Translate, and recognizing when Google Translate was actually writing good Polish. I mean, I have to read it back and sometimes retranslate the Polish into English or even into French to see if it has the same meaning as what you intended in the first place. Like it's really kind of delicate. And so yeah, I was doing that and writing perfect Polish. So
So
yeah.
she thought that you speak as you write also.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 hardest Polish words that you know, and 2 favorite Polish words that you know.
Oh my God, I forgot that part. Hardest Polish words?
Hardest
Like
for
hardest to say?
you.
Hardest to
Well,
remember?
no, to say, of
To
course.
say. There's lots of Polish words I don't know how to say. How do you say like moon in Polish?
Księżyc.
Księżyc.
Okay. The second word.
Priest.
It's pretty much the same, similar.
Yeah, anything with KSI in it. I mean, it's just, I can't get my head around it.
KS, it's 3.
No, it's like how it's spelled. Like, I don't know.
Książę.
Yeah.
Książka.
Książka, krzesło,
Księga,
limit.
księgarnia, krzesło.
Yeah, prince, priest, princess. Just, I don't know. There's some kind of cloud in my head that there's like all these words that start with a K that I just can't get my head around. I don't know.
Interesting.
It's wild, yeah, and I just can't. I don't know. I mean, even with the Artemis 2 moonshot.
Okay,
I can't remember the Polish word for moon.
Wait, how about the word szyszka?
Shishka?
Okay, you don't have a problem with szy.
No, I don't have a problem with sh.
So S and E, it's mostly the same pronounced, almost, yeah. When you are starting to speak in Polish, it's a very easy technique to actually connect the S and E, RZ together written with, for example, in front with P, T, or K. It's pronounced all sh.
Yeah.
So książę, krzaki,
Yeah.
szyszka.
No.
So if you don't have a problem with szy, so why książę is a problem for you?
I don't know. Maybe because I have an old brain. I don't remember as well words. I mean, I learned French really fast. I mean, my brain was 20 years old. Now it's like over 60. And yeah, I really have problem remembering
Okay, what's
stuff.
your
Yeah.
favorite word then, Polish word?
My favorite word in Polish? I have a favorite word in Polish. My favorite expression in Polish?
Okay, can be.
Rozbieraj się, czekam na ciebie. No?
Okay,
No? No, it's like szczęśliwe dziewczynka. I like the way it just like rolls off the teeth, It's really just mówi po polsku wszystko jest tutaj, It must be a wonderful language for ventriloquists because you can możesz mówić bez.
No tak i nie, to zależy. To zależy.
To zależy.
No dobra, a jakie jest jeszcze inne słowo, które lubisz?
Inne słów.
Oprócz rozbieraj się, czekam na ciebie.
No, puste jest to, kurwa. Wow, sorry, I can't think of any. But yeah, it's so many beautiful words. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
pick
just like
one.
szczęśliwe.
Szczęśliwy.
Szczęśliwe.
Okej.
Zadowolone.
Zadowolony, okej.
Yeah, it just rolls off not the tongue, it's just like off the lips, It's really fun. Yeah.
Interesting.
And I had a lot of trouble learning how to read actually. To be able to read, to look at a word and read it. Yeah?
Okay.
Just getting the syllables, cut up in, and so I automatically recognized the word. I was like reading words like a 3-year-old.
It's totally normal though. Like
Yeah.
it's totally normal when you are learning the new language. It's
But yeah, so like the szczotka.
Szczotka.
Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, I can feel it. Yeah.
Okay, great.
So I hope I answered your question.
Oh yes, you did.
Well.
You did very well. I guess that is everything for today. And last thing that I really wanted to ask you before we end this conversation, what would you say to a younger people when it comes to immigrating, changing like entirely their lives? Because I meet very often younger people that are actually afraid to, you know, make changes, even from one city to another, you know. So how would you encourage the younger generation to actually, you know, be brave and have this enough courage to move even abroad, you know? And how would you encourage them to immigrate actually, because what it can teach you also as a human, you know?
I think not everybody is cut out to do that. I mean, I know lots of people who are really, really tied to their birthplace. I mean, they can't even imagine leaving their neighborhood, let alone their city or country. But if you have that in you, it will eat you from the inside until you actually do something about it. And if you don't do anything about it, you'll live some kind of a frustration. I don't know. It's some kind of hole in your life that you don't know how to fill. And since you're so afraid to take that step, you'll stay that way and maybe become ill because of it in some way. You know, I mean, I think it's not healthy. If you have this urge to do something in your life, for example, discover a new country or a new culture, fear is a big factor. I mean, it's scary, right?
Yes.
The first thing I would say is don't be afraid to be afraid. It's normal to be afraid. So after, you have to find out how to face that fear, you know? And there's nothing really to be afraid of. I mean, it's not dangerous or anything, but you know, you can go to, I mean, I lived in Poland for 3 years, not understanding a word of what's going on around me. And I had to accept that. I mean, I couldn't just instantly start understanding everything, and I just had to let things go. Okay, if it's important, it'll come back, or if it's important, I have to like, okay, this is important, please repeat to me, or please explain to me, or whatever, you know? So yeah, I think my advice would be to face that fear and go beyond it, because when looking back, you'll be so glad you did.
You will be proud of yourself.
I think so, yes.
Yeah?
No. If that is what you have in you.
So basically what you are saying, that it's better to feed your hunger for adventure, of doing something, than letting it eat you from the inside.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's something in your subconscious that's driving you, and it's coming from your subconscious, right? Somehow. You have to be as much in agreement with your subconscious as possible, because if you're not, it's going to bother you all your life, you know? It's going to make you do stuff that you don't want to do. And yeah, got to be in tune with that.
I agree with you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming, Scott, and
It
your
was
time.
great, thank you.
Would you like to greet someone?
Bożena, thank you for being so patient with me. Yeah, mostly Bożena. I have very much to thank her for that.
Yeah, I can see that you love a lot.
No, she's wonderful.
Very strongly, Bożena. So, Bożena, we send you a lot of hearts, kochanie.
No, how did that? Kochart.
And thank you again.
Thank you.